Hello, beautiful souls. This is Vanita Kumar, also known as Twinflameunion, bringing you guys another set of series, the AVA Show, which means Ask Vanita Anything. So I'm excited about this show because there's tons and tons of questions that I get asked, even in personal emails and even here on YouTube, as well as my private Facebook group. So I decided to launch this show because what this will do is it will actually assist you guys to know the type of questions that people are asking. And then that will also encourage some of you to ask questions. And it also opens up a platform for me to be able to answer questions. There is just a flood of questions that I get, and a lot of that gets turned down because I just don't have the time to answer it individually. But in this way, I figured I'd be able to answer your questions and make a show out of it. So here it is. This is a brand new series, and I also want to say that I will also continue to do the pep talk and empowerment. Pep talk is only a few minutes, but the empowerment part takes a long time to empower people. And I find that the short videos are not enough for people to get empowered. It takes about 21 minutes, half an hour, and that's why my pep talk and empowerment is long series. And this one probably will be as well, because what I will do is I will actually bulk the questions. I know that I've done a lot of questions and answers in the pep talk series as well, but it's going to all get moved probably to this, or even sometimes there too. So I'm going to mix and match. In any case, this is an exciting show, and if you have any questions that you want to ask specifically, mention it in the comments, and in the order that it is received, I'm going to air it out in the AVA Show. And I want to say that for those that did submit their questions, I know that you guys wanted this to air out sooner. It's been 4 weeks. I apologize. I've just been so insanely busy. So it didn't get launched earlier, but here it is for those that did ask the questions. So without further ado, we're going to dive deep into the questions. But before we actually do this, let's hit it. And welcome back. For those that are new to this channel, welcome. Please do not forget to hit like, share, and subscribe, as well as hit the notification bell so that you do not miss any future videos. I have guided meditations, I have the pep talk series, as well as the readings, which are timeless. For timekeeping purposes, I do have them sort of in some sort of filing order, but those messages definitely are there for you whenever you come across it. It's the work of your higher self. Look at it this way, and it's completely okay. If you want any private sessions with me, you can do so as well. Link is in the description box. All that information is there. You can book directly from my website. After purchasing, I also want to add that 10% of twinflameunion sales also go to charity. And as well as a lot of people didn't realize that in every blog there is a charitable organization that I have opened up. It's called twinflameunion charitable organization, where you can ask me quick questions. It's a 3-card spread, and all that proceed goes into charity. You just have to send me the invoice of your purchase, whatever you contributed to the organization of choice that I have there listed, and you can do a quick reading. You can get a quick reading from me, and that's completely free from my side, but it just gets me a chance to do a little bit more for the world, and it's very close to my heart. The 2 organizations that I work with is BCSPCA, which is local here in Canada, in British Columbia. It is all about animal cruelty and wildlife, so it's all about that, and it's a good organization. And then the other one is, of course, is worldwide. It's the Red Cross, so it's the 2 that I work with closely. So so here you go. If you want to contribute something like that and get some quick readings, you can definitely do that. I also want to say that I do not do twin flame readings for 3-card spread. For that, you need to actually book with me. So having said that, that's what it is, and we will dive deep into the questions, and I will just mention it as per I will mention names just because it's just going to be first name, so people will people will know who's asking, and if people don't know, that doesn't matter. It's not really identifying the person. So and like I said, that if you feel like asking me a question, you can do so as well in the comments and just mention AVA, and I will know what that is. Even if you don't, I will still know where that question will get slotted anyway. Or you can send me a private email, whichever one you want to say. The only thing that I ask is keep it short, keep it concise and readable, so that I understand it. If I don't understand the questions that you're asking, I probably won't answer them here. You make sure that it is in concise language in English, so that I understand what you're trying to ask. Sometimes people ask me questions and they didn't really articulate it properly in the sentence, so it's really hard for me to understand what you're trying to ask. It happens, trust me. Okay, so Catherine, this is the first question that she asked is, I work with my twin flame every day. Is it normal to feel completely worn out after spending time with them? Now, there's a lot of twin flames that are working in a workplace. In fact, I had a session with somebody yesterday that had the same situation. And I get that as well in my private sessions with clients. So it's nothing new when your twin flame is working with you at work. And that's completely normal. That part is normal. It happens. It's just the way that the souls choose to meet in this lifetime, and that's also pre-scripted by you. So that's completely fine. That's normal. And the second part of what she's asking is it normal to feel completely worn out after spending time with them? Now, it can, because they are, when you are seeing them at work and you've got the pressure of work and you've got the pressure of meeting deadlines or whatever you're doing in your workplace, and you also have to keep it on a professional level. You have to make sure that you're not creating some sort of like a drama, or you're not your colleagues and stuff like that. You don't want them to see this dynamic at workplace, because you try to keep it as professional as you can, and that creates, in my opinion, a lot of pressure. That's like that with actually any normal romance. Think about it for a second, right? If you have a romance at work and you're trying to keep it under wraps, you're not ready to tell people or reveal people that you are actually dating, that causes a little bit of stress, right? That inner stress that you have to keep things a little bit more tight-lipped, and you're trying to not make it too obvious. So I don't know what the dynamics in her case is, whether she is, she's open about how she feels about him or not, or whether even he knows whether this person, she is interested in him that way. But what I can tell is that if it's a true twin flame connection, it's probably very intense. Just the way that the soul chose to, have our connection is the way it is. Everybody understands what this means, because that's with everybody. Everybody feels that this is the most intense connection that they've ever felt in their soul's journey. And they've had other connections, and they compared with that. Nothing is like this. It's so intense. So I want to say that when you throw all that combination of trying to keep it as in a professional environment, you want to not make it too obvious, and if you are being secretive about that, where you haven't exposed your feelings towards your twin flame and vice versa, then there creates a little bit of a tension, and that is a mental tension, 100%, and emotional tension too, because especially if you are at work, all you want to do is just fly into their arms, right? And you can't, because you are here trying to keep it as professional and that sort of thing. And if that's the case, it's asking you to keep things, you're required to keep things as professional as you can. So yeah, I want to say that that part will feel completely draining. And if you go to work and you feel that you are getting drained because of that, that is completely normal. That it is what it is. The only thing I can say is breathe through it. It's easier said than done, because when your twin flame is in front of you, many of you will feel like you cannot even breathe. I know that. I only met my twin flame once and I could not breathe, and he was laughing because he knew that he had that effect on me. I was like, I could barely get my words out, and I was just so nervous and tensed up, and he was amused because he knew that was the effect he had on me. But I just want to say that yes, it's difficult to breathe around them as well. They're just it's the intense feeling that you have for them, and I don't know if I feel that they feel the same way, just because there were certain things that in my case was giveaway even for him, where he felt the same way. But of course, as guys, they're a little bit, or even the DM energy, because everybody has some DM and a DF energy within them. So it doesn't matter even if you're same gender. I do want to say that there's times when they feel the same kind of intense feeling as well. And of course, as DM energy or as a DM, they're not going to show it completely like the DF will do. So so take it as you may, but I want to say that is completely normal. Breathe through it. Do some grounding. It's not going to help all that much because you're dealing with your twin flame. So all the best. I wish that I could tell you a little bit more to soothe you, but it will help to hold on to some sort of calming crystal. Keep it in your pocket like a pebble stone of a crystal or something, and you can just kind of hold it in your hands and just ask it to help you ground and restore your energy. I know that one crystal that's really good for stuff like this is citrine, so do invest in that. Citrine crystals don't need to be charged. You can leave them in your purse or in your workstation or keep it in your pocket, you know, however way you want to. Just hang on to that, and you can even hold it in your hands whenever your twin flame passes by. And good luck. Let me know how that works, if that's going to actually work. I say it as laughing because the thing is that unfortunately it's not much what you can do. You just have to breathe through it. Take 3 deep breaths, you know, hold it and release, you know, and that will just kind of calm you off. And that's, you know, that's how you kind of do most of the guided meditations anyways. You know, this is why they teach you to do that. So see if that's going to help you, Catherine, in that. So the next question that okay, I don't want to butcher her name because she's got a really nice name, Elizaveta. Elizaveta. I hope that I've pronounced your name properly. She's asking, please share why it feels like a twin flame love does. Please share why it feels like a twin flame love don't. Okay, I'm gonna correct this sentence just because she's written it as don't and I corrected it the first time. Sometimes what happens is when you're reading things, you know, you sometimes correct it as is. So I'm gonna read it the way that it should sound like. Please share why it feels like a twin flame love does not give you a chance to be with someone else permanently. All relationships seem awful. And that's a really good question. Sorry, I have allergies, so you're gonna see me reach out a lot. You know, even my eyes are a little bit watery. So I'm just hoping that my on camera my makeup doesn't bleed too much. So what she's asking is, if you have actually encountered your twin flame in physical reality, it doesn't matter whether you've actually met them or not, you know, you do feel them energetically. So her question is kind of geared around that once you've actually encountered your twin flame, whether energetically or in physical reality, it seems like that you, you know, even if you do give a chance to somebody else, you know, that relationship seems awful. And that's what she's trying to ask, you know, why is that? There's so many variations to the answer, so I'm gonna go one by one. The simple reason is that because you're not healed enough. And in a twin flame journey, you need to actually heal in many ways. It's past life trauma, it's inner child trauma, it's the lack of you know, self-love, and just you seeking validations, and you're seeking love outside of yourself. So when you are lacking there, of course, all the relationship will seem awful because it's again a reflection of what you are inside. On an outer surface, you may be an amazing person and you may have your life put together. You may actually have a fantastic job. Majority of the twin flame DFs are an amazing looker. So they have actually amazing looks. I deal with people on a personal level, so I see clients, right? And some of them are quite attractive, if not all. So I feel that that is not the issue, because a lot of times people think that, well, I look like this, I'm amazing, I'm an amazing person, then why is it that I'm attracting all these you know, people in my relationship, romantic relationship, that are just awful and they don't treat you well? And so what you need to do is, Elizaveta, I want to say that what you need to do is write down the things that, you know, piss you off. I'm using a little bit drastic word here on YouTube, but, you know, things that those relationships really trigger you, what aspects they are. List the things that have triggered you about these men that you have dated, or same sex, doesn't matter, right? List it. And then what I want you to do is reflect on that and just see how that is an aspect that's lacking within you, especially if you are coming across relationships where they're unavailable, where they've they're dating you and they have a relationship with you somewhat, and sometimes even in one night stands, but after that they just ghost you, they just don't want to have anything to do with you, right? So all that aspect, it's unavailability. So, and why is it that you are attracting that kind of prospects where they are not available? So those are some of the things, and that's an example where you can list and go inwards and ask yourself, well, am I available for me? What am I doing that am I actually completely available when it comes to me? Am I giving myself some time? Am I giving myself some rest? Am I giving myself enough nutrition? Am I eating McDonald's and fast food and all that sort of thing? Am I doing that and I'm not nourishing my body as I should? Am I getting the right sleep? Am I in the environment with friends and family where it's not toxic? Am I in a toxic workplace? Should I change my workplace if you're working in a very toxic environment? That sort of thing. So you have to almost ask these kind of questions and go inwards and see what is there in your life that you're lacking. Where is the attention lacking? Because the chances are that if you are looking for attention from all these relationships and they are not giving you the attention, then you need to go inwards and find the attention that you are lacking within you, right? So and that's easier said than done. And I just gave you one scenario, one example, and there's many layers to that. And that's the part that is the twin flame healing that a lot of people don't understand what it is, because they think, well, I'm healing. Yeah, you're healing, but where are you healing? Can you list it out like that? So it makes you wonder, it makes you actually dive down and go within that aspect of the journey. So that is what I have to say is one aspect. Please share why it feels like twin flame love does not give you a chance to be with somebody else permanently. All relationships seem awful. Another thing is that you cannot get once you have met your twin flame and you know the energy, even if they have come in energetically in 5D level, once you actually encounter them, I have to say it's a curse and a gift. That's the best way that I can say it, because you will never ever come across anybody like that again. And part of it is because your soul created it this way, unfortunately. and I find that people can never ever forget their twin flame, and it haunts you. It's like the most haunting experience, and it's just the way it is, unfortunately. And I don't know physically if there is even a cure to it. The only thing that I can say is just stay busy, right? Stay focused on your journey. Try to have fun. And keeping busy, what it does, it takes your mind off toxic thoughts. And it may not be the best solution, especially if you're, just all you're thinking is your twin flame. But what it'll allow you to do is to still have some sort of quality of life where you just don't feel like, I don't even know what to do. And a lot of times people are so helpless because they're in the twin flame journey, and they feel that there's not much that they can do when it comes to enjoying their life, because they're just so stuck on missing their twin flame. And even if you've met them once, there is no such thing as not missing them. You'll miss them every second of the day, every hour of the day. Even in your dreams, you'll miss them. So I know it's horrible, and that's why I say it's a curse and a gift. So in this case, that's what is happening to majority of the twin flames. It's not just only you, Elizaveta. Sorry, I'm pretty sure you have a short name, but hopefully I've pronounced it okay. So yeah, just breathe through it. Dive into your healing and try to stay focused and focus on you, focus on the journey. And if the whole point of twin flame healing and alchemy is all about attracting high level relationships, whether that's with your twin flame or somebody else, that's the whole point. So how that's going to actually roll, we don't know, you don't know, but the only thing you can do is do your part and see what happens. By focusing on yourself and your twin flame journey and your empowerment, you will never go wrong anyways. You will always become the winner on the other side. So do that. That's going to really, really help you. Another aspect of why these relationships are awful is because it's teaching you lessons. I know that you don't want to hear that, but that's what it is. It's lessons that you need to learn on a soul level, because it's the same cycles and patterns that repeat for the simple reason for it being you just have to break the cycle by healing it. And once you heal that aspect, then what's going to happen is you're not going to have such excruciating encounters with other relationships. You may encounter a very, very good high level relationship, and that will be it. So the whole point is to learn the lessons and learn it quickly, because if you don't learn the lessons, the same cycles repeat all the time. And I see that even people with I see this often with people that are not in a twin flame journey, and they still repeat the same cycles in the relationships because they're just not healed on some aspect. So your soul always likes to teach you lessons, and that's just the best way that they teach you lessons. So that was Elizaveta that had mentioned this comment, and that was actually question, and that was actually a really good one. So Lisa is asking, when does the feeling to be around him go? And when she's saying him, this is probably the twin flame that she's talking about. I am good, enjoying and living my life, but ever so often I feel to be around him and see him. Not in an obsessive way like how it was in the beginning, but just to be in his company. I feel that it'll always come and go. There's going to be times when it's going to be totally intense, where you just want to see them, you want to be with them, and you will be most likely going into YouTube and doing a pick a card reading and divine masculine messages and stuff like that. You'll go through those phases, and it's completely normal. And there's going to be times when you'll be like, no, I'm not going to waste my time on this stupid YouTube readings and just knowing what the divine masculine wants or not want. I'm living my life, I'm healing, I have my priorities set, and I'm just gonna deal with that, and that's it. So you go through those phases, and I want to say that that's completely normal. I know that that's not probably how you feel, because if it was anybody else, any other connection, you would have moved on and you would have been happy. I mean, look at it in the past, right? All the other previous connections that you've had with other people, you've kind of moved on, and that was it. That was your closure. You've done your closure, and you've done you're done with, and that's it. But in this case, you ever so feel that you are wanting to, you know, be around them, to be in his company, to be in his arms, you know, to hear their voice, and to get their text messages, and you know, the way that they used to talk to you, right? All that sort of thing. You feel that. You feel, and that's part of the part that I'm talking about, where you miss them. And you know, you can be as busy as you want, and as, you know, as involved as you want in your social life, and as busy as you want to be in your healing. There's going to be always that small aspect of why you will always want to be in the company, or you know, you would want to see them. You know, that's that crave, that soul crave. I want to call it soul crave, because that's what it is. I mean, you know how sometimes, you know, you feel like, you know, you want to eat something, and you have that really delicious taste in your mouth, and you know, you want to try that cuisine because, you know, you're craving for it, and you feel like, okay, am I pregnant? or am I, you know, what's going on with me? That sort of thing. You know, you obsessively are wanting to get a taste of something, and then eventually when you actually eat that dish, you're happy, you're satisfied. So it's kind of same thing, same idea, where you feel like, you know, that little bit of a crave, that you want to be around them, and you want to see them, and that's perfectly normal. Unfortunately, I know that's, I mean, a lot of these questions that I'm asking, I don't know if this is actually helping you guys, or this is making you even more sad. And that's okay if it's making you more sad, because they I mean, my answers are kind of, you know, all over the place, but you get the idea that these are perfect normal questions, as well as the answers that I'm giving, because it explains to you that you cannot control, force, or manipulate the situation. You just have to breathe through everything and allow, work with citrine crystal, like I said. That's with all three that have asked this question. See if that's going to actually assist you a little bit in your, you know, to breathe through this. It's you know, this is the journey. Unfortunately, you know, you cannot forget about your twin flame. I mean, you're not meant to, so there's no point fighting it. The more you fight, the more miserable you get, right? So you know, and you cannot, I mean, it's a lie if I say that you can pretend to be happy, and you pretend to be busy, and all is good, but at some point it's gonna come back, and it's gonna be like, there's gonna be times where, when you are alone and you are feeling helpless and stuff like that, you'll feel like crying, and you'll feel like shouting and yelling, and you may actually shout and yell and cry in your pillow, you know, that sort of thing. Let it out. Don't suppress all that emotions. Just let it out. It's gonna make you feel awful, more awful than before, but it's better than you bottling all that stuff in and hoping that it's going to go away. It's not going to go away, so try that and see if that's going to actually make you feel better. I've never tried this, but this is the anger therapy that I learned from people, that you can actually get a book, and you can put all sorts of swear words and all the things that are frustrating you, and you can do that about men as well. That's okay. And what you do is you just write all that stuff down, and then you tear the book apart, you know, and that's gonna make you feel really, really good inside. I'm hearing. I've never tried this, so you'll have to tell me if this actually works, because, you know, I've never really had to, you know, do that kind of extreme, you know, release. I mean, you know, I mean, everybody has their different ways of releasing things, but if something is bothering you that much and you want to do that, try that and see if that's going to actually make you feel better. And if it does, then you can continue. So you can burn the pages after, or you can just recycle it, whatever program you have. It is what it is, you know. I mean, you know, there's lots of other things that are happening in this world, you know, there's pollution wise, so a little book that you've scrapped out is not gonna make a dent. So so yeah, you do that and see how that feels. Okay, so next question. So see, I'm breezing through this, not bad. And I have to thank these guys that have given me the questions, because this allows me to do videos like this. And as you can see, it's also, your question will also help other twin flames. So there's no question a stupid question. Just jot them down, bring it to my attention, and I will answer them in the order again that it is received. Next question. This is by Shamil. Can twin flames give each other goosebumps when talking to one another? 100%, 200%, 1000%. Yes, I get goosebumps just talking about him. And that's just about him. Imagine when he comes and stands in front of me. So definitely, yes, that is totally, completely normal. And if that happens, it's just the way that your massive attraction to your twin flame is. You know, you're really, it doesn't matter if they don't look like I don't know, to me, Tom Cruise, you know, I think he still looks amazing for his age, you know, and thank God he didn't do anything stupid to his looks. So, you know, I mean, I'm not into short men, but that guy, there's something about him. So I'm going to use him. You don't have to agree with him that he's good looking, but, you know, I mean, think about it for a second. You know, a lot of twin flames may not look like Tom Cruise or Christian Bale or somebody, you know, that good looking, right? Or Henry Cavill. I know I'm listing all these dark haired guys because that's what I'm into. Ryan Gosling, okay. Light haired. But they're all tall except for Tom Cruise. So I'm just saying. So all these guys that are, you know, like there's twin flames that are not the best lookers, and they're just average looking, and there are twin flames that are extremely good looking, you know, like they've just stepped out of the magazine shoot or something like that, or magazine, you know, like a photo shoot or something like that. It's unfair. I have to admit, I mean, this is on a side note, like, I don't know. I mean, you know, women have to do so much to look good. They have to do makeup. They have to wear nice clothes, this and that. For guys, it's, you know, they just go into the shower, come back, and, you know, just do a little bit of hair and, you know, just wear nice clothes, and that's it. They're done. And we have to spend hours to glam up. They don't have to do that. That's not fair, but it's just the way that they're designed. And so I just want to say that what I'm trying to say in this point is that not all twin flames are good looking, or they may not be. I'm not saying that they're not good looking, but I'm just saying that a lot of them may not look like these kind of movie stars, and they may just look normal. It doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, the effect that they have on you is probably the same thing as a movie star. You know, you know, when you were little, and you know, your first crush was you know, watching a movie, and you know, you just a teenager that's just learned crushes and emotions and stuff like that, and you've had this crush on this movie star that, you know, you watch this movie of, or a singer or some sort of celebrity. And you know, you're like in La La Land. I know it happened to me when I was you know, much younger. I think I was like maybe 10, 11 when I watched a couple of movies. You know, at that time, you know, I watched Hindi movies. So and at the time there was you know, Amir Khan had come in, and Salman Khan had come in. So Shah Rukh Khan came in. So it's like, oh my God, these are Indian movie Bollywood stars. But I just want to say that you know, we had sleepless nights. A lot of women around the world did, you know, not just me. So definitely, you know, you have that feeling towards some celebrities, and it doesn't matter whether your twin flame is, you know, that looks like a celebrity or not. It doesn't matter. The effect that they have on you is the same, is what I want to say. And if they give you goosebumps and they make your heart flutter and, you know, your voice go haywire and, you know, you can't breathe and, you know, you feel like that, you know, your lungs are tight and, you know, you're doing heavy breathing and, you know, you're just nervous and, you know, you're shaking and you know, all those kind of jitters. You know, this is coming straight out of the romance novels, because that's how the women feel when they meet their DM, right? It's normal. And yeah, again, I'm gonna go back. A lot of these, you guys discuss these questions and then gave me the answers? I mean, discuss these questions and then you ask me these questions, because they're all leading to the same part. Use crystals, Shamil. Try Citrine if that's gonna help you. Keep it in your pocket, and try not to, you know. Well, I'm pretty sure they feel it too. I'm pretty sure they feel when you're around them that, you know, you're uneasy and, you know, that sort of thing, right? And if that's the case, yeah, just you know, breathe through it. They understand it. They find it amusing. They like it. I know that. I know my twin flame was very, very amused, and he actually enjoyed that effect that he had on me. So so yeah, I think that it's just part of the flirtatious aspect, and, you know, you have that aspect in your relationship with them. It makes it more fun and exciting, because that just means that, you know, you know, you're in good hands in your connection. You know, you feel that way, then you don't feel like that you need to look somewhere else for something that's lacking in your twin flame connection, if that makes sense. Because the whole point why sometimes people are looking for outside of their relationship or their connection is because they don't get that excitement and stuff like that in the relationship that they are in, and so that sort of thing, right? Because you're yearning for something more. So yeah, so stuff like this, when you know, it's in your connection, you feel that way about your twin flame, then you know that the romance is gonna be there, and it's spicy enough that you don't have to be bored of each other, right? So that's just part of you know, part of the spicy aspect of it. Enjoy it, you know, because not many people will make you feel this way. So yeah. She asked me another question, and that was same, Shamil. What does having the same dreams involving twin flame or divine feminine more than once before and after discovering your twin flame or DF mean? I don't know what she's trying to ask here. What does having the same dreams involving your twin flame more than once before and after discovering your twin flame mean? Okay, so she's asked a few portions of this question, so I'm just gonna go question by question and answer it like that. So I guess what she's trying to ask is if you are having the same dreams of your twin flame, and it's probably a scenario that she's probably seeing, because I'm assuming that's what she's asking, because she keeps seeing the repeating dream about her twin flame. If you are seeing the same repeating dream with your twin flame, I suggest that you're supposed to keep a dream journal anyways, and I mentioned that to everybody, and that's something that I've said to many to do, to ensure that you have a dream journal, because this is where you can actually jot down anything that is of an importance that you've seen in your dream. And in this case, you can see if there is additional insights that it gives you in your repeated dream. You know, when you keep a dream journal, you'll have an idea if there's something more that was revealed to you. Another thing that I want to say is that when you see repeated dreams, what that means is what, you know, there is a message that is giving you. And the only way you will know what the message is if you can make sense of it. A lot of times people cannot make sense of their dreams because it's, yes, you know, you get it repeatedly, and yes, you are trying to figure out what the dream means, but sometimes, you know, your clairs are not that opened. So your higher self decides to show you repeatedly. Another thing is that it all depends. Without me not knowing what the actual dream is, it's hard to say. Sometimes it's also trauma driven, meaning that you've had some sort of trauma around the same incident in this lifetime, or it could be something that is from a previous lifetime that's being shown to you repeatedly. And if that's the case, or it could be something that is going to happen in future. So all of these things are part of the dream message, and the only way that you can actually expand on this physically, if you actually are interested, is to book with a healer. And you know, the healer can actually go with that intention, take you there back to your dream and figure out what's going on. So yeah, if that's something that is haunting you, where you're having the same dreams all the time, you don't know what's happening, book with the healer and see if they can actually take you there, right? Again, you know, I mean, it's hard to say what you're dreaming of because you didn't state that. You're just asking a you know, a regular question, and the regular answer is to just find out. That's what I would say. Find out why you're getting this kind of dreams repeatedly, because there's a reason for it, and you need to know why that's being shown to you. Nothing is random in twin flame journey, and certainly not dreams. I never used to get dreams before that had any significant meaning, but I found that lately, as I started keeping a dream journal, I started finding lots of things that are making sense to me in my dreams now, and it's giving me prophecies, and it's giving me answers to some of the things that I'm actually you know, inwards I have some questions that I wanted answered, that sort of thing. So keep a dream journal, because that's going to really open up your ability to decode your dreams. So that was one part that she asked. The second part is it awakening for one or both? Still, she's talking about pertaining to the dream. I do not know any twin flame pair that is not getting the awakening. And what level of awakening they get, it all depends on where you are at your journey, right? Everybody has awakening in different times and process. That all depends on your own downloads, and definitely your twin flame is aware of it as well. If you're dealing with your true twin flame, definitely that is the case. If you're dealing with somebody that's not your twin flame, then yeah, they will be totally oblivious to the awakening process. Sometimes they are, because they are connected to you energy wise, so they may get some insights. Like, for example, I'm going to use this as my example here, where when I was dealing with my catalyst, at the time I had not met my twin flame, I felt like that he was getting some awakening, and it's because we were connected energetically at that stage where he was starting to get some awakening. And then of course, you know, he moved on, and whether he continued to get more awakening or not, it's hard to say, because, you know, I never after that talked to him all that much. But you know, you when you are connected energetically with somebody, you're connected on an energetic level. Same thing with your friends and family. You'll notice that, like, I have two cousins that I'm totally very close to, and because and a sister as well. So and I just joke like that because I know what's happening to them. They were not spiritual and they didn't understand the spirituality aspect of it, but hanging around with me, one of them lives in New Zealand, one lives in LA, California. So it doesn't matter, because I'm always on the phone with them, I'm always chatting, and I'm more closer to them than my own sisters. And of course, I have a sister that's local here as well. And they will tell me, oh, I dreamt of this. And then they will ask me, so they're aware that there's a message behind their dream. So they will ask me the meaning. Sometimes they will say, oh, I noticed this. Oh, universe showed me this sign or that sign, So they're starting to now get awakened to the signs and things and the messages that it conveys, that sort of thing. And my joke back to them is, yeah, stop hanging around with me, because the reason why I say that is because, again, you share that energetic space. So if I'm getting my awakening, if I'm getting my downloads, then you'll notice that people around you will also, that are very, very close, like we're talking about like tight people, right? So because you are on that same wavelength, you're saying on that same energetic wavelength, that they will also get the awakening, right? And they will start to notice certain things like that. So this is no different when you are dealing with your twin flame. Energetically, you are definitely connected. There is no such thing as not being energetically connected. It doesn't matter, where you are with your twin flame in the relationship aspect. They may not want to have anything to do with you in physical reality. They're running away. That's completely fine. But the fact that they are so into you in that sense, I want to say that, and energetically in every way, sure enough, you are connected to them. And through you, they will get that awakening. So that's why I say I don't know any twin flame couple that is not going through their awakening process. What that looks like, what level of it all depends on your journey, your connection, and the downloads that you both are having individually as well as together. So take it as that. Okay, so here we go. Third question. Is it deja vu, or does it have a meaning as to why it happens? I kind of explained, without even looking at this question, I kind of explained this anyways, that of course, everything has meaning to it. If you really, really are diving deep into your, self-reflection, going inwards, and you're asking questions and answers and all that sort of thing, and getting answers, definitely there's always, higher meaning to all of this. And the deja vu part could be, again, the past life, right? It's something that your soul is haunting you with. Another thing, it could be pertaining to the future, especially if you're seeing something, a flashback, a flash forward vision of something that's happening in the future, but you're seeing it through your dream, right? So there's so many different levels of it. Unfortunately, there's not many coaching around the dreams. The only thing that I can say is for those that want to amp their intuition, they want to figure out what's, how to decipher and do, to learn your own messages, however way it's coming to you, take my empath training. It's, I believe it's priced at $77 US, and check and see the schedule when it's supposed to be taken, when it's scheduled next. Why I say that is because in that training, I actually have quite a bit of things that I actually do and teach. And for those that did take that training and you want to retake that training, send me an email and I will let you guys take it again at half price if that's something that you guys are interested in. I'm talking about the ones that I already had taken the training and you want to revisit this training again in another class, definitely it's open to anybody. And for previous students from that class, I will give it to you at half price, and I'll tell you how to do that. Just send me an email with interest and I will look after you. So do take that, just because I feel that a lot of twin flames have no idea how to decode and you have things coming at you in so many different ways and so many different levels, and yet you don't know how to basically understand the way the messages are coming to you. And unfortunately, unless you are talking one-on-one with somebody about that situation, or especially somebody like me who's so intuitive that I can actually decode a lot of things, and I find that I do that in my sessions with people, private sessions with people. I always find that I'm able to answer it in some way, or break it down for them, or even help them see it in a different light, or especially if it's a dream like this, I would be able to take them by hypnosis and redream that process and then make sense of it. So stuff like that I'm able to do on a personal level, but generically, if people are wondering about dreams and stuff like that, yeah, try those aspects. Another way that you can also it'll help you to remember your dreams is before you go to bed, you set that intention with your higher self, and you list out what you need to know specifically about the dream. In this case, Shamil, you can do that, where you want to know more insights on your dream. You can try that. It may not be something that you'll be successful in, but you can give it a try. It's not going to hurt you. You can set that intention that I need to know more information. What are you trying to show me? What are you trying to tell me? Please show me more information, because I need to know what you're trying to tell me. And then in the morning, you set your alarm clock a little bit early than your normal routine day, so that you have at least 10 minutes. As soon as you wake up, you can quickly jot down all the stuff that you have. The reason why I say that is because as you go about in your day, what's going to happen is you're not going to remember your dreams all that much. So best to jot all that information down, whatever you have dreamt, right after you wake up. and unfortunately, the problem with any of this is that life happens and people are so tired. Sometimes they hit the snooze button 10 times before they get up. I'm one of them. I hate waking up in the morning. So when I have to get up for work, I have such an early start. It's like 3:30, so I'll snooze it until 3:45. But then after 3:45, I need to be up, and it's people have stuff like that. They have early days, and what I'm trying to say is that you probably won't be too interested in getting up and writing all this stuff that you've dreamt of. But another thing you can do if you're in a rush is most people have phones that have voice recorder in it, so it's an app. Try to do that, where you can actually just video yourself, or if you don't have voice recorder app, that's okay. Everybody has cameras on their phone, so what you do is you just quickly film whatever you remembered. It's going to take you a few minutes, probably a lot faster than you writing it. Create a video and just record what you had seen in your dream, and then later on you can reflect that into your journal. So this is for people that are out in the run, where you don't have time to write, but you're busy making your morning coffee, or you're getting dressed for work, or whatever it is, making breakfast, right? Or, well, not brushing your teeth, because that won't work, but like you get the idea, right? You're up and about, and you're trying to do something in the morning. You're getting ready, getting dressed, and you can actually just do that. It's using your time effectively, and that aspect may actually help. So these were the questions, and this concludes this time's AVA show. I promise that I'll keep it to, you know, a certain length of the video, and that's it. So next round will be the next questions that I have received. I actually received quite a bit. So yeah, I have an idea when I'm gonna air it out, basically on the next time, because yeah, it takes a lot out of me to slot a day, get dressed, make sure that my clothes are fine and my hair is good, my nails are done. It's a bit of a process. I don't just wake up and make videos. I wish that I look like this when I wake up. I look pretty good, but not this glammed up. So yeah, so it's a process for me. So this is why my videos are not short, because yeah, I don't do this full time. It's for people that are YouTubers on a full-time basis, they can do this on a daily basis, you know, do short videos. I don't. So I bulk a bunch of questions and then air it out like that, so it's just easier on my schedule. So for those that did ask me other questions, your questions are with me and I will look after those. Just stay tuned and definitely submit your questions. I will definitely air them as the way that I did. I hope you guys like this series. Give it a thumbs up, give it a like, give it a share, do all that sort of thing. Encourage me, and you know, if you guys are liking this series, then I'll continue doing it. So it's something that I'm trying as a trial. I'm assuming you guys will like it. I'm pretty sure that I will get lots of views on it, but you know, the more that encouragement I get, just looking at the stats of my videos, the more I do them. So having said that, this was Twin Flame Union bringing you guys the AVA series.